Hello children. Today in this biology session we are talking about the last recap of the chapter the fundamental unit of life. What is the fundamental unit of life? Cell. Very good. Now here let us define the cell. Cell is a structural and functional unit of living organisms. When we talk about the structural organization of the cells, we talk about the three components, that is the plasma membrane or the cell membrane, the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Now, before we go to the components, we need to know why the cell is known as the structural and functional unit of living organisms. So, go through the text once again, read the lesson and find the reason why the cell is known as the structural and functional unit of living organisms. Now let us talk about the plasma membrane. It is known as the selective permeable membrane. As the word suggests, permeable. Permeable means one which allows. And here we have the word selectively. So it only allows certain material to pass through it, and so it is known as the semi-permeable membrane. It is a protective layer which surrounds the cell. When we talk about the nucleus, the prokaryotes and eukaryotes are the different types of living organisms, and both have a different kind of nucleus. The prokaryotes have a primitive type, that is the primary type nucleus, which is poorly defined. And when we talk about the eukaryotes have a well developed nucleus. When we talk about the cytoplasm, the region that is enclosed by the cell membrane or the material that is present inside the cell, that is known as the cytoplasm. We talk about the nuclear membrane and the nucleoplasm when we talk about the cytoplasm. Nucleoplasm again has nucleolus and chromosomes. Now here I am not going into too much detail because each topic I have explained in detail to you. So this is just a quick recap. So for knowing it in detail, you need to go through the videos again. What is chromosome? Chromosomes are the genetic material that carries information. Genetic information. Very good. Okay. Now, cytoplasm has certain organelles present in the cell. Now, what are organelles? Organelles are small structures that are enclosed by the membranes. Now, let us deal with all the organelles one by one. For this, you even need to go through the diagram that I have given you for all the organelles so that you will come to know the complex structure of it. It's not very hard. If you draw a sketch of all these organelles, they are really very easy, but you need to know its structural components and you need to know how it looks and how it's present in the cell. Now, the first organelle that we are going to talk today is the endoplasmic reticulum. In short, it is known as ER. Endoplasmic reticulum is again of two types, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now, smooth endoplasmic reticulum is smooth because it does not have the ribosomes present on the surface of the component or the organelle. The main function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is lipid synthesis, and the other kind of ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum, is rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is rough because of the presence of ribosomes. The main function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum is protein synthesis. Now, the other organelle is the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus helps in the packaging and storing material that is synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum. Now here I will not go too much in detail about the structure of endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus and even their functions. I will just mention one function. The other things you have to go back to revise and go through all the contents that are given in the previous videos. Lysosome are suicidal bags. Now for this you need to go through the content that is given about lysosomes, why they are called suicidal bags, what role they play in the cell, and what is their main function in the cell. Mitochondria, as we discussed before, are the powerhouse for generating ATP. What is ATP? The full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. So that is synthesized in the body or in the cell. The other organelle that we are going to talk is plastids. What are plastids? Plastids are the organelles present in the cell. There are two types of plastids, chromoplasts and leucoplasts. Chromoplasts, as we discussed, are colorful, whereas leucoplasts are colorless or white in color. Now what is their significance? The chlorophyll pigment that is present in the plants that gives green color to the plant helps in the process of photosynthesis. So chromoplasts are present in the plant cell. This pigment is not present in the animal cell. So this is the basic difference between the plant cell and animal cell. The last component that we are talking about is vacuoles. Now vacuoles, as we discussed in the earlier videos, that they are present both in plant cell and animal cell, but their position and their size varies in both the plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell, sometimes it occupies 90% of the cell volume, whereas in the animal cell it is smaller in size. And because of that, the position of the nucleus, it changes. So you might have seen in the plant cell and animal cell, the position of the nucleus is different. Because of the vacuole, the nucleus moves towards the edge in the plant cells, whereas in the animal cells it is present in the center. We had also discussed the difference between the plant cell and animal cell and also discussed about its structure. Again, I would like you to go through the structure of both the plant cell and animal cell, so you will understand the basic difference between the plant cell and animal cell. With this, we complete our chapter. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me anytime. Thank you.